Early morning rain gave way to afternoon sunshine in Beaver Dam on Saturday, September 11th, 2010. There was a light drizzle as the parade that kicked off the American Heroes Music Festival got underway downtown. The procession of marching bands and military vehicles, veterans organizations, and emergency responders were joined by local officials, state legislators, and congressmen in ushering in the second annual festival on the 9th anniversary of the 9/11 attacks. U.S. Congressman Tom Petri of Fond du Lac was among those in the parade.
Well, I'm joining with the Beaver Dam community and honoring those who've served our country and are serving our country. It's a wonderful tradition that the community leaders are developing here. This is not the first, and they're hoping each year it'll get a little bigger. Weather's not as positive as it could otherwise be, but it's for a good cause, and I'm delighted to have been invited.
State Attorney General J.B. Van Hollen was also in attendance.
I think it's very important that we don't lose sight of those people who have given their time, their energies, and their lives or their loved ones to preserve our opportunities to enjoy things like parades, even in foul weather. So to me, it's very important that we remember what those in service, be it in state service or national service, do for our countrymen.
State Senate Minority Leader Scott Fitzgerald of Juneau was on the parade route as well.
A lot of people not only are looking for a memorial with 9/11, but, it's just this parade seems to be picking up steam. And, it's here last year, and it seems to be building. So it's a nice thing for Beaver Dam.
The parade ended at Swan City Park, where the festival began with a color guard, a 21-gun salute, and a POW MIA missing man ceremony. Beaver Dam Fire Chief Alan Mannell paid tribute to those first responders who lost their lives on September 11th.
In the past, as a firefighter began their tour of duty, it was the bell that signaled the beginning of that day's shift. When a firefighter had died in the line of duty, paying the supreme sacrifice, it was the mournful toll of the bell that solemnly announced the comrade's passing. We utilize these traditions as a symbol which reflect honor, respect to those given us so much and those who have served so well.
Beaver Dam Mayor Tom Kennedy also addressed the crowd.
Please, everyone, take a moment out of this day to shake the hands of those heroes amongst us and thank them in person, for they are our American heroes.
Army National Guard Colonel Todd Nails was the keynote speaker.
We are here today in this great park to remember those who have served and those who continue to serve, those in uniform and those who support them. United in purpose, we gather to remember the victims of the terrorist attacks against our nation. We also gather to remember those in uniform who continue to fight against those who choose to harm us.
The event was meant to celebrate veterans, troops, first responders, and those Gold Star families who lost a loved one fighting for our country. That theme was present in every note played Saturday.
From Beaver Dam to Houston, from New York to L.A., well, there's pride in every American heart, and it's time we stand and say.
Organizer Joe Cantafio lost his cousin in Iraq. Ryan Cantafio of Beaver Dam was killed on Thanksgiving in 2004. Joe Cantafio, or Chicago Joe as he's called, to distinguish him from Ryan's dad, who was also named Joe, brought his 101st Rock Division band to his cousin's hometown. That's the same band he's taken overseas to entertain the troops.
As we were driving back to Chicago, I started thinking of all the great things. It was the first time I had been to Beaver Dam. I remember the people lining the streets with American flags. That just really touched me. So I wrote this song. It's just a reflection of that day in December at the funeral, at the most beautiful and saddest funeral I've ever been to.
Brave warrior.
Ryan's mother, Sandy Hadamaki, also performed with her band Alexis. She's on lead vocals while her three brothers round out the rest of the band.
I think it's awesome that he wanted to do this for the community and bring everybody together, and I think the turnout was great. The parade, I was so impressed. It means so much to me that we can do this to remember not just our fallen, but all our heroes, everyday heroes.
The two bands collaborated for one of Ryan's favorite songs, Comfortably Numb by Pink Floyd. Both Contafio and Hadamaki say the event is also a tribute to Ryan's friend, Marine Sergeant Kirk Straseski of Beaver Dam, who lost his life in Iraq serving his country.
Your memory will never die.
Organizers consider the event a success. Members of the Exchange Club of Beaver Dam say concession sales were better than expected, and there's already been talk of a third annual American Heroes Music Festival. I'm Craig Warmbold reporting for WBEV.